Hello, sunshine. Thank you so much for joining Being Awesome with Yvette, where I write and share daily messages to help you on your journey to have a better relationship with God, yourself, and others. Today, the message that I wrote was change our job. The scripture is out of Philippians 2, verse 14. The scripture is do all things without complaining and arguing. And this is what I wrote. We all have become a master at pointing out what other people are doing and not doing. We need to pray for God to give us the wisdom before we complain about what someone else is doing wrong, to look at ourselves first and think about all the times we do wrong and that we have not changed. And remember, all the times God gives us grace and mercy, because it's not our job to keep pointing out what other people do. Starting today, before we complain or argue about what someone else is doing, look in the mirror at ourselves first. I would like to share with you, I struggled with this. I struggled with this for years because, like so many people, we have this thing that you teach people how to treat you, you teach people how to do this and that. But first of all, it's not about teaching anybody anything. It is about respect. It is about, we talk, you get to know someone. It's always a give and take. You can't expect for someone to get with you and expect to know everything you like and what you don't like. That's not even realistic. The more I thought about it, I've been in and out of relationships. I'm 55. So I started reminiscing and thinking about my old relationships. And also, I have a tendency, I'm dating someone now. In the beginning, it's been 2 years, but in the beginning, I was constantly stressed, frustrated, because I was always pointing out, you don't do this, you don't do that, you said this, you said that, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. For 2 years, I stressed myself out. Stress every day, causing unnecessary stress, to be honest with you. And I felt like God just said to me, why are you doing that? That's my child. That's not yours. Bring it to me. You don't even know what I have him on an assignment to do. You're 55. You ain't even got your stuff together. So therefore, no one is telling you what you're not doing or what you're not saying and doing right. So I felt like God was pointing at me, telling me to look at myself. Slow down, look at myself, find something else to do. So for me, I started praying. God, help me. Give me eyes to see different. Give me a heart to be patient. Give me a heart, to stop being so judgmental, so critical. Because guess what? I got things going on myself. So God just had me to look at myself. So now what I do is I say encouraging words. I no longer complain. I no longer point out what he's not doing, how he's not doing it, what he didn't say right, what he didn't do right. I started focusing on myself. And I'm just saying, so many of my friends are all on this, I don't want to put up with anything. I don't want to put up with that. It's a give and take. At the end of the day, it's about two people fighting to get things right. I don't always have it right myself. So, I don't know if any of y'all struggle with this. I'm not trying to be single, but I'm not trying to, people have this thing is like, girl, don't put up with toxic. Guy, don't put up with this. Don't put up with that. If they come toxic, you break up with them. Girl, if they ain't got their stuff together, leave them. You don't have all your stuff together. We're all a work in progress. Every day, I'm trying to get things right. Every day, every single day, I'm still trying to work on me. So guess what? I'm a work in progress for the rest of my life. I didn't expect for God to give me a man that's perfect. Never. If anything, I asked God to send me a man to love me unconditional. And that's what I asked God for, And it's like, but so many people are breaking up with people. There's a lot of good qualities in guys and girls, We may not always have it together, but guess what? If you just focus on yourself, I promise you, your relationship will be so much better. They're not our child. Our boyfriend, our girlfriends, they're not our child. They are our other half. You know, stop putting all of these demands. You know, it breaks my heart. It saddens me that we've taken on the job of doing what only God's supposed to do. God can change people, not us. We're supposed to love people in spite of. We're supposed to love people. I'm not telling anybody to stay with somebody that's abusive to them. I'm not. But I think we kind of like took the whole verbal abusive thing to the extreme. Because let the truth be told, I got a mouth. My mouth can write a check, let me tell you. But at the end of the day, I'm not putting hands on him. He's not putting hands on me. We both got a mouth. We can both cut each other down to the ground. Is that a reason for me to leave him? Well, if that's going to be my reason, guess what? That's going to be his reason. So why not find somebody that at the end of the day that loves you unconditional through all of your crap? Change our job. Let me know, am I the only one that wants to work and have a relationship? Because at the end of the day, a relationship is so much better than being alone. I don't know why y'all putting the hype on being alone like it's the best thing since sliced cheese. Be honest with yourself. That's it. The bottom line is be honest with yourself. At the end of the day, do you want a relationship or you don't? Because if you want a relationship, it's going to take a give and take. But it's not your job to keep a record of how much they do and what they don't do and how they do it. Look at the good things about them. Find the good things. The bad things, give that to God. At the end of the day, so what? You make 10, he makes 12. Or you make 12 and he makes 10. 2 together is 4. 2 and 2. So at the end of the day, it's about 2 people working together. Stop looking at, I got this and I got that and he's got to have this and he's got to have that. Guys, come on. A relationship is bigger than the material. A relationship is bigger than, I bring in 50 and he only brings in 30. I can't be with him because he's beneath me. Get off of that. Off of that. Get off of that. At the end of the day, what matters most? And in the beginning, I promise you, things do sound crazy at the beginning. I could tell you 2 years ago when me and my boyfriend got together, it was toxic crazy. But guess what? When I stepped back and I realized I had to change my job and realize he was not my job. He was not my child. That was not my assignment. My assignment was not to get with him and fix him or change him. My assignment was to love him. Love him. That was my assignment. Love. I had to learn that myself. But guess what? Now, I got a to-do list. I got a to-do list. So when he goes acting crazy, if I want something to do, he is not my assignment to do. My assignment is get your stuff out. Work on something else. Try to fix something else. Try to fix you. Don't fix him. Let God fix him. Take that to God. But that starts with you and God. I promise you, I'm telling you what I know. My relationship is so much better. I'm not telling you he changed. I'm telling you I changed. Everything starts with me. It's everything. Everything starts with you. Everything starts with you. If you change how you respond and how you react, I promise you, guys, at the end of the day, it's about love. It's about unconditional love. It's about giving someone something that God gives us every day. Every single day. At the end of the day, I want a relationship. And in order for us to build a better relationship, we got to go through some stuff. If you can't get with somebody and go through something, you don't have a testimony to tell somebody how you overcame. how I overcame his mouth, how I overcame him not coming home when I thought he should come home, how I overcame. You know how I did that? I focused on me. I changed me. And at the end of the day, what matters most? You know, what matters most? We got to start figuring out what matters the most to us. To us. Everybody has their own definition. Everybody have their own definition of what they're supposed to do in a relationship. But at the end of the day, guys, it's about loving someone in spite of. That is what it's about. I'm not telling anybody to say anything abusive. I'm not telling you. But verbal abuse, it goes both ways, guys. They're not arguing by themselves. We got a mouth too. We as women, oh my God. Baby, I could be the toxic woman you've ever met. But guess what? I'm working on that. And it takes a strong man to even deal with that. Because I could be very passive aggressive. I work with men all day in a warehouse. So you can imagine how I am. I'm very, very aggressive. So at home, I have to tone that down. I have to allow my man to be the man in the house. I can't come home and still want to be the man. I can't come home and still want to run the house. I got to calm down a little bit. Be softer. Be gentler. Stop trying to do things on my own every time. Got to tone down a little bit. As women, we got to calm down. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I just want people to have a good relationship. And relationship is a two-way street. Guys, there's no perfect relationship. But I can tell you this. In the beginning, my relationship made it sound toxic. But I'm telling you now, baby, we've overcome a lot. I no longer run because I changed my job. Let's stop complaining so much and arguing about petty stuff. Come on. Let's get bigger than that. Let me know. What's your thoughts? Let me know. Come join me. I will be back again to share another message with you. Check out my podcast and hear more of my daily messages. And again, thank you for listening to Being Awesome with Yvette. Until the next time, have an awesome day. And let's be a new and better version of ourselves.